Okay, hello year 9, and we're going to be going through the test. If you're watching this and you haven't done the test, then stop it here, go to the test, submit it to me, I'll mark it for you, and then you can have a go. A couple of people have been getting ahead of the game and marking the test themselves. That's useful because it helps you sort of go through your answers and make sure you're happy. And obviously it saves me having to do it, but I really don't expect you to do that. I'm more than happy to mark it for you. And even when you do that, I will check it anyway. So honestly, you're welcome to do that if it's useful for you, but you don't need to do that for me. But thank you very much, guys. And I do appreciate all the work you guys are doing. All right. Now, let's go through this. So for the first question, we're just looking at basic averages questions with a few numbers. So before I even do anything, I'm going to put these into order. Now, this of course really helps for the median, but I think it helps for quite a few actually, so it's useful to have. Mean probably it helps the least, but it's still good to have it all done and dusted before you do these. So the mean, add them all together and divide by how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So divide by 5. So we've got 7, 14, 23, 39, 60 divided by 5, which is 12. So that's your mean. Okay, the mode. That's why it's quite nice to have them all in order for the mode, because you can see the two that are next to each other are the same. So, and there's no other two that are next to each other that are the same. So the mode's 7. The median is that middle one. You can cross off the biggest and smallest, and then again, or smallest and biggest, and then again smallest and biggest, until you're left with 1 or 2 in the middle. In this case, we're left with 1, so it is just that. And then I'm just going to make sure that's clear which one's which, as clear as you can get with that. And then the range is the biggest, take smallest. And again, it's useful having them in order because you can see quite quickly and easily the biggest and smallest. Less likely to make a mistake, basically. So there's your answers, 12, 7, 9 and 14 for those. 1 mark each. Same for this. Order it first. Oh, I should be crossing these out. Bad practice not to. As you go, that way you're just less likely to make mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like to sometimes count this the same as well. Add them all up. So add all those together. Divide by 6 because there's 6 of them. 7, 14, 21, 28, 39, 49, 57 divided by 6. Well, I know they're both in the 3s, so I'm going to divide them both by 3, giving me 19 over 2, which is 9.5. Okay, make that really clear. The mode, of course, the 7, there's loads of them, so that must be the mode. The median, smallest and biggest, smallest and biggest. You're actually left with 2 numbers there. They're both 7, so you know it's going to be 7. But if you ever want a rule, you would have done add the 2 numbers together and half it. But of course, that's still 7, so you don't really need to do that. All right? And the range, 18 takes 7, which is 11. 1 mark for each again. Okay? Getting a bit trickier now. The mean of a frequency table. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a cross here, and I'm going to put a little box there. I'm going to extend this up a bit. In the exam, you're allowed to do this. Right, and I'm going to have a little box at the bottom here as well. Now, these 2 boxes at the bottoms are the totals boxes. You're going to have total frequency and total. Proper total. Okay. I'm going to do the number of pets times the frequency here. So 0 times 10. The amount of people that I see write 10 for that because I think 0 times 10 is just 10. 0 times anything is 0. 1 6, 2 6s, 3 2s, 4 nothings, 5 1s. And so that adds up to 18, 24, 29. 10, 16, 22, 24, 25 in there. And so I always do the total divided by the frequency total. And that's 29 25th. So I press SD to change that into 1.16. Now, if you're thinking, or what if that wasn't on a calculator, you could times both these, double them both, 58 over 50, double those, and you get this, 116 over 100, and then of course 116 divided by 100 is just that. But I'm happy for you to use a calculator for that one, so don't panic. Right, next one. Mean again, same again. We're going to times all these to get, at the end, 0, 3, 22, 21, 40, 25, and 24. Now I'm doing exactly the same as what I just did. It's slightly different layout. As long as you've got a total box at the bottom here and you times all these together, then you're fine. 2 total boxes, one for this and one for what you've got, the frequency there. 9, 19, 26, 37, 40, 3, 25, 46, 86, 106, 111, 135. Let me just double check that. 24, 49, 89, 90, 110, 135. Yeah, I'd better double check my top one as well. 5, 11, 23, 29. Yeah, fine. Okay, so 135. You do this number on the right divided by the number at the total on the left. 135 over 40. 135 divided by 40. And that comes up 27/8. So we press SD 3.375. Which also, it's always good to sort of just double check that number makes sense. 3.37. That's nearer that than that, but yeah, look at those numbers. That's about in the middle, isn't it? So that makes sense. Right, the median, the nastiest one people are not keen on. Add up the frequency, 10, 16, 22, 24, 25. Then we want to find the med-pos, the median position first, which is 25 plus 1 and half it. That is 13, so we're looking for 13th. And 13th is what? Well, the first 10 are there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The next 6 are here, 11, 12, 13. It's there, 14, 15, 16. So the 13th is in this 6 of these, so it's 1 pet. Okay. The mode of this data is the one with the most. Remember, it's not 10 though, it's 0 because there are the most zeros because there's 10 of them. And the range, there's 5, and there's 1 5, and there's 10 zeros, so that's the smallest and biggest amount of data you can have, so 5 tick 0, 5. And last one, the mode of this one, well, there's 11 there, so it's 2, because that's the biggest number. And the range, trick question here, so go careful. 6 is the biggest and 0 is the smallest, but there's no 0, so we sort of ignore that. There are 3 1s, so there are 1s. So it's 6 take 1, 5. So be careful of that little trick question there. All right. As always, any questions at all, let me know. If you've marked this yourself, still submit it so that I can check that, where you've done your work and all that sort of stuff, just to make sure. But like I said, I don't need you guys to mark it. I am happy to mark it. Please do send it my way. I'll do it for you. Send you your score. But then I just hope you've had a little look through this video. Those of you that are listening to my voice now, brilliant job. Well done. See you later, guys. Have a good one.